Alright, YouTubers. Okay, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who liked, who commented and who subscribed to my last video. It means the world to me. It was so nice to hear all the nice comments and, you know, be nice for everyone to be able to see my tank. So what I want to do in today's video is I want to start gluing down some of the loose frags that I've got in my tank. And I thought it might be quite nice to try out 3 different coral glues. I'm sure to me they're all the same, they're all just gel super glue, but one ranges at like $29.99 and the other one is $2.99. So I wanted to see if I could maybe try and help save you guys some money and see which one of these is the best or which one's going to suit like your application the best. So let's have a look at these glues. Okay, I'm going to start. This is the most expensive one. I believe I paid $29.99 for this, and this is the new Max Spec coral glue gun. And I think the one benefit from this is that I believe you can use it underwater. So yeah, I mean it's basically a caulking gun, isn't it? And all you need to do, I mean, they kind of get you, don't they? Because you've got to buy exactly the same refill each time. I guess once you bought the gun, I'm sure the refills will be cheaper. And I don't know how much you actually get in there, but oh look, it does say. I'll have a look once I've opened it. So yeah, so this one's $29.99, but you do get the gun, and basically you can use it underwater, because with some of the other ones, if you were to use it underwater, you would squeeze it out and it would suck back in the seawater from the tank and effectively ruin the rest of the glue. Whereas this one, I guess the whole point is that you can squirt a little bit onto the rock and then you can go and put your frag on. Whereas with the other glues, you've got to put it on the frag and then put the frag into your tank. So yeah, so this is the most expensive one. I'll double check the price of the refills, because obviously once you bought the gun, and then it'd be nice to see how much the actual refills are. But then if you can't get hold of the refills, you're kind of screwed, aren't you? The next one is the Ecotech CG Coral Glue. Now, again, like the packaging's amazing, isn't it? Like, it always looks classy with Ecotech, but I mean, it's just super glue, isn't it? It's a bottle of super glue. I think this was like almost 20 quid for this. And I mean, I don't know, I must be a bit tight, but for 75 mils of gel super glue, and yeah, so it's shake vigorously before each use. Don't stick your fingers together. I mean, yeah, it's a bog standard, you know, looks like Gorilla green super glue to me. But maybe there's something special in it. And then my favourite, the $2.99 eBay special, which, I mean, my lid's all glued together because this is the one that I generally use all the time. And you can see, like, it's had a fair bit of use. But yeah, and this is $2.99. So I want to know whether this is, you know, any worse than these two. So let's go and have a look. Okay, I've got to be honest here. I don't think this glue gun's made for me. Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes and, well, I can't get it to work. It is probably me, it's probably user error, but I've ended up with more glue over me than actually, well, than really intended. So I guess the plan is you're meant to be able to, you know, do this and the glue's meant to come out. I get the theory of it, you know, I've used caulking guns before, but for some reason it just doesn't catch onto this. I don't know if mine's faulty, it's probably user error. I mean, these are the step-by-step instructions that you get, and yeah, you know, I've done everything that it said. I've tried to get it to catch. Every time I try to push down on this to get, you know, the next level to go through so it can push it out, all that happens is, you know, loads of glue comes through. Now if I slowly sort of do it here, you can actually sort of see what happens. Oh, there you go, see, it just goes crazy. So in my mind, I mean, I'm not even pushing it, and the glue is quite I mean, is it? Seems like quite runny glue. I mean, it's not really doing much. I mean, all it's doing is just making a mess on me and everything else. I mean, to be honest, it's a bit of a gimmick, maybe. I don't know, maybe somebody's found it amazing. Maybe I've just put it in the wrong way round. But anyway, it's not a simple case of taking a lid off and just putting glue on something. I mean, I think maybe, what was it, you know, over egging the pudding or something, but yeah, maybe not for me. All right, so I've now taken both out. As you can see, they've all shriveled back up inside, and of course what I want to do now is I want to remove them from the frag plugs. The reason I keep them on bigger frag plugs in the tank is so that they don't get blown around by all the flow. Just put this here as a little barrier. So what I might do, just this little toothbrush, see sort of how I want it to stand. Quite like it. It's going to be over in the right hand corner of the tank where I've got some of those anemones that I need to take out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this coral here from the base. I've just got some bone cutters here which should, there we go, look, easy peasy. Make sure there's nothing left on there. There we go, absolutely perfect. Now this one, because I mounted this plug on a plug on a plug, basically because again I do want it to get blown away and lost. Let's see if I can take some of this off. Oh, there we go. Easy peasy. Okay. So that looks nice. There we go. That one's quite a bit bigger than the other. Oh. Little tiny baby snails on that one. Give that a little shake off. I'm going to glue him down. Okay, so let's just make this, you can see I'm doing a bit better. So the first glue that I want to use is I'm going to turn it upside down for a second. So the first one I'm going to use is this one. It says shake vigorously before use, so give that a really good shake there. Okay. Now I think the first one's I'm going to let's put this here in order to see better. So yeah, the first one I'm just going to pop in this little divot here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit. Now the glue's really nice and thick actually. You can make almost like a Mr. Whippy. I'll take this one here. And we'll just pop that down there. What I like to do is just try and make sure that it's caught on every little bit that it can do. Okay, feels like that's actually caught already. Now we're going to take my good old faithful eBay $2.99 and I'm going to just put this one over here. Okay, well, it's, you know, it's not as thick, but it's definitely thick enough. To make sure that there's actually a good bit of contact. It's important that there is a good bit of contact there. And then I can take the coral on the rock, just pop it on here for a bit. What this will do is it will just fix the glue. Now I know that both glues, you know, they're fairly similar. I mean, obviously it's stuck straight away. Let's see if I can give it a little swivel. The automatic feeder's just come on, that hearing stuff. Right, okay, so both are fixed perfectly on. I mean, there's really little difference. I've got to say the Ecotech, the CG glue, was much thicker than the cheaper glue. So if you're looking for something that is you know, a lot thicker, then yeah, I'd go with that. But I mean, to be honest, for the price, this one's so cheap and you can buy so much more of it. I think this was close to £20. And you know, is it worth that much more money when you can get this for $2.99? I'd like to hear what everybody else's thoughts are on what they use to glue their corals down. I have absolutely zero luck with the two-part epoxy stuff. It just turns to mush in the water. It gets stuck on my hands. You know, I'm a little bit of a disaster anyway. But I know some people have massive success with that. I know if I do use it, I use it like this, or sandwich something together, and then put the glue in between, and then I find that works much better for me. What I am going to do is I'm going to try and find somewhere else to use the gun. Although I can't actually get the gun to work as it should, I can sort of push on the end of it a little bit and see if the glue is any better. But ultimately, I think, you know, it is all just super glue, so it depends which ones you want to use for your own applications. I mean, to be honest, this one's the top of my list every time. It's $2.99. You get it on eBay, it gets shipped to you. What I'll do is I've actually got an affiliate link for all of these, which I'll stick in the description below. But you know, I think I'd rather spend my money on coral than on glue, so you know, this one's the way forward for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue one of my new acros to this sort of top point up here, so that it's got a lot of light and it's going to have a lot of room to grow in that area. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this coral on its coral frag plug, because then I'm going to have a nice flat base to work with. I'm not going to even bother attempting trying to get this gun in the water, you know, and you know, trying to fix it like that, because it's just going to end in disaster. So this is the, you know, basically just to test out whether this glue is actually any good. So I'm just going to push down onto this bit and see if we can actually get some glue to come out. Okay, doesn't really want to do. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay, it's a little bit tricky to get this stuff out. We've got to really. There we go. So again, it is actually really nice and thick. It's probably a lot thicker than the cheaper glue. So let's try and get a little bit more on there. Might as well use a bit more. I'm probably going to never use it again. Right, there we go. So we've got a really, really nice amount of glue on there. And let's see how well it sticks to the rock. Just going to pop that down so that it can slowly empty itself all over my towel. And let's see if I fall in. Around about here. So we're just going to hold it in place for a little bit. See if I can get it to. Oh, well, it doesn't really. Okay, it's sticking. It feels like we've got a good bit of hold there. I'm not really sure that I trust it fully yet. Manipulate it up a little bit. I think it's safe to say I've made a bit of a mess here. So let's just try and get this glue to smear itself onto it. Okay, well the glue seems like it's fixing quite well. I'll just give it a little knock. Okay, that is solid and not going anywhere. Alright, so as you can see, there's zero wrong with the actual glue. The glue holds it perfectly. If you can buy the glue in just a normal super glue bottle, I would think, yeah, it's perfect. But to me, the whole point of it is having the gun that you can go underwater with and it not suck the water back in. And, you know, it didn't work for me. If you comment, can you please let me know if it's worked for you? I'd love to know, or any advice on how to actually put it together. Maybe I've actually just, like, I mean, there wasn't really much to put together, but maybe I've done something wrong. So if there's anybody out there that actually knows or saw what I did wrong, please let me know. And here's my new Goniopora rock. They're just starting to pop their heads out right now. What I want to do eventually is actually have it all over here where the clownfish have got their eggs. I'm actually moving these two bubble tip anemones on. There is a third one who's made his home at the back there, so I don't know how I'm going to get that out. But as soon as the eggs have hatched and what have you, I'll I'll start planting my Gonny garden over here in the corner. Alright guys, that's my video for today. If you want to support this channel, please like, comment and subscribe. Also I'm going to put an affiliate link for the coral glues in the bottom of in the description below. Alright, cheers. Bye.